Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to study about vapor absorption refrigeration system. Okay. In previous chapters, we have studied about the vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay. So we'll see first the what is the vapor compression refrigeration system. Just it is a recall. So in vapor compression refrigeration system, if you see here, we have the first is compressor. First process, if you see the compression process 1 to 2, here the refrigerant in the form of gas will be compressed and its pressure and temperature will be increased. After that it will be supplied to the condenser, that means the process 2 to 3. In this process the condensation of a refrigerant gas form of refrigerant will be take place, that means it will be converted into the liquid form at the same pressure and the same temperature, that means at constant pressure and constant temperature. After that this liquid form of refrigerant will be stored into the receiver. So receiver, it is just a storage tank. Then uh, then it is passed through the expansion wall. So here we have the expansion wall. So 3 to 4 process expansion. So in that the pressure of liquid refrigerant will be reduced, and we know that if pressure will be reduced, obviously that refrigerant temperature is going to be reduced. So after that, this expansion wall, this liquid and some part of vapor refrigerant supplied to the evaporator, and in the evaporator the evaporation takes place. That means that low pressure, low temperature refrigerant will be absorb the latent heat of evaporation from the surrounding space and converted into gas form. Okay, so that means this is the evaporation process, and in that the heat absorption will be takes place. So this is about the uh, vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, so these systems are used only for uh, low load. That means if it is used up to the 100 tons of refrigeration, that means small size of refrigeration purpose we will use the vapor compression refrigeration system. Now now we will see the simple vapor absorption refrigeration system. So what we will see in that, so what are the disadvantages by using the vapor compression refrigeration system? In that, if you consider here, the only the functional part is a compressor. So if some part of liquid refrigerant will be passed through the suction wall of compressor, then what will happen? There corrosion of the compressor parts will be takes place. To avoid this, we will require add the inlet condition of the compressor as the superheated refrigerant. So this is the main disadvantage of the vapor compression refrigeration system. So to avoid that, now we will see the vapor absorption refrigeration system. So here vapor absorption refrigeration system, it is we will avoid to use the compressor. Okay, if you see here, in that in this system, this part will consider as our compressor of the vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, so what will happen here? The first will start from the evaporator. So in that evaporator, heat will be absorbed by the ammonia vapor, and that low pressure ammonia vapor will be supplied to the absorber. So here absorber, what will happen? The whatever heat will be carried by this low pressure ammonia vapor, that will be relieved during by using a cooling water. That means heat will be rejected into the absorber. For that, the strong solution will be used. That means the low amount of water and the high amount of the ammonia vapors will be absorbed here. So what it means? So vapor absorption refrigeration system, ammonia vapors will be absorbed by the water. Okay, so water has affinity to absorb the ammonia vapor, so that's why we have used here the ammonia as a refrigerant and water as the absorbing medium. Okay, so absorber, in the absorber what will happen, low pressure ammonia vapor will be taking in, and in that the weak solution coming from the generator, that will be absorbed the ammonia vapor and converted into the strong solution. Okay, so during that process the heat will be absorbed by the cooling water, and it is taking in and taking out for or we can say it is cooling medium is used to absorb the heat from that the absorption process. So this part is considered as the absorber. Now the strong solution, so strong solution means the water plus ammonia. Okay, so ammonia vapors. So this strong solution now will be pumped from the absorber to the generator. Okay, so here in the generator, we will supply the heat to this strong solution. After supplying the heat, what will happen, the ammonia vapor will be released from the solution, and that will be taken from the top of the generator, and whatever the solution we have available, that solution will be converted as a weak solution, because ammonia content in that solution is now less, so we will consider it is a weak solution. Now this weak solution we will again supply to the absorber by using pressure reducing valve. Why? Because the evaporator, after the expansion valve to the absorber, this system is considered as a low pressure the system. To match that pressure we will use the pressure reducing valve. Okay, now here the heat supplied to the generator, it is in the form of, or the energy is in the form of steam, heating coil, or we can use the solar energy for heating that the solution. Okay, now here after that the high pressure ammonia vapors now supplied to the condenser. So condenser function is as it is, this ammonia vapor, the here condensation will be takes place, and this ammonia vapors will be converted into liquid form, liquid ammonia with a high pressure, and for that cooling medium will be again used. So that cooling medium is as the water, so cooling water will be taken into the condenser, this will be absorbed the heat from the high pressure ammonia vapor, and again that will convert it into warm water that will be released from that condenser. So this is about the condensation process. Now after the condensation we have the liquid ammonia. So if you see here we have the liquid ammonia. So high pressure liquid ammonia we have here. This high pressure liquid ammonia now will store into the receiver. So receiver is only used to storage of that liquid ammonia solution. Okay, that high pressure liquid ammonia now will be supplied to the expansion valve, and we know that the function of expansion valve is to reduce the pressure, or the throttling will be taking place, expansion will be carried out. So in that the pressure will be reduced, volume will be increased, and that low pressure ammonia liquid we are now supplying to the evaporator. So in that evaporator again the heat will be absorbed by this liquid ammonia, low pressure liquid ammonia from the surrounding medium, and this again after absorbing the heat will be again supplied to the absorber. Okay, so this is about the simple vapor absorption refrigeration system. So in that we just remove the compressor part, from the vapor compression refrigeration system. So this is, so compressor will be replaced by absorber, pump, generator, and the pressure reducing valve. Okay, so this is about the simple vapor absorption refrigeration system. Okay. Now we will see the difference between vapor compression refrigeration system and vapor absorption refrigeration system. So working, the first principle is working. So in vapor compression refrigeration system, refrigerant vapor is compressed, and in vapor absorption system, refrigerant vapor is absorbed and heated. Now second principle is type of energy supplied. So in the vapor compression refrigeration system, work on mechanical energy, or the mechanical energy is used as the energy, and vapor absorption system work on the heat form, or the heat energy is used into the generator. Okay. Now COP. So main is a COP. So vapor compression refrigeration system COP is higher and vapor absorption refrigeration system COP is lower. Capacity of vapor compression refrigeration system can produce up to 1000 tons of refrigeration, and vapor absorption refrigeration system can be used more than 1000 tons of refrigeration. So noise produced in vapor compression refrigeration system is more because compressor is used, and in vapor absorption system the operation is in quiet operation because there is no compressor. Leakage. Due to the high pressure, the chance of leakage of refrigerant will be more in the vapor compression refrigeration system, and there is no leakage of refrigerant in the vapor absorption refrigeration system. And if you consider about the maintenance, the maintenance will be high for the VCR system and less for vapor absorption refrigeration system. Operating cost high because electrical energy is used, and vapor absorption system operation cost is less because thermal energy can be supplied in the form of various sources, just like electric energy, heat energy, or solar energy. Okay, thank you.